Hey guys, it's Tina. Well, I have been canning like a crazy woman the last couple weeks, and today I'm going to be canning some black beans. These were dry beans, so I just thought I'd show you how I do that. These are dry beans that I buy in 25-pound sacks, and I soaked them. I like to soak them for 24 hours. So I sorted, rinsed, and soaked these for 24 hours, and then I rinsed them again. So now we're getting ready to can them. I've got my jars heated, my clean jars heated in the dishwasher, and I've got my pickling salt, all my little gadgets. We've got our pressure canner lids soaking in boiling water, and our rings are over here. So let's go ahead and get started canning some black beans. Okay, so let's can some beans. So I will get a jar, hot jar, out of my dishwasher, funnel. Now I like to do my beans in pint jars because then the capacity, the amount is similar to what you get when you buy a can of beans. And so any recipe that calls for a can of this bean, a can of that bean, will work just perfect. Now I fill my beans up to the shoulder of the jar right here to give it just a little bit more space to expand. Then we're going to put in half a teaspoon of salt, and that's pickling and canning salt, not regular salt. That is optional. You don't have to put the salt in if you don't want to. And then we fill the hot jar with boiling water up to about this little lip right here so that you have an inch of head space. And now we're going to debubble. And I use my little tool that came with my canning set. You don't want to use anything metal or anything that can nick or scratch the inside of your jar, because just the slightest little nick or scratch can cause the jar to break in your pressure canner. So we debubble, then wipe our rim, and this is just a napkin with some vinegar on it, and lid, hot lid, and ring, finger tight, and then into the canner. So I will go ahead and fill up the rest of my jars, and then we'll go on from there. So I filled my jars. I had 7.5 cups of dried beans that I soaked. And so that gave me 11 pints. And actually this pint is just a little low. This one didn't fill up quite all the way. Usually I try to do 8 cups of beans, and that will give me 12 pints. But I was a little shy on my dry beans, so I only got 11. And this 11th one is just a little bit shy of being all the way full. So we've got these in the pressure canner. The pressure canner has 3 quarts of water in it and a splash of vinegar. So we're going to go ahead and put the lid on, and we're going to process these for 75 minutes. At my elevation, it is 13 pounds pressure. At regular elevation, it would only be 11 pounds. So anyway, so I'll go ahead and get that started, and we'll come back. All right, so we have been steaming a steady stream of steam out of this for 10 minutes. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see it? Well, you can kind of see it hitting up there above the microwave. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and put our weight on now. And we're going to build up pressure to 13 pounds pressure for my altitude. So we'll come back in a minute. Okay. Oh, the steam. So our gauge has reached our pressure, and so we are going to set our timer for an hour and 15 minutes. Oop, whoa. There we go. So, hour and 15 minutes, and we will go ahead and come back when it's done. Okay, our timer just beeped. So our processing time is over, so we're just going to turn off the heat and let her cool down. And then once it's all cool, we'll take them out and take a look and see how our jars turned out. Alright, so it's been a couple hours because I had to run an errand, and I just left it. So, no more steam. We're at 0. The little lock has gone down. So we're going to take off the lid and take the jars out. Here are our jars of black beans. I ended up with 11 pints, and if you can see, doing it this way, that pre-soaking them and all that, doing this method, you get a full jar of beans. It's full all the way to the top. It's not overflowing, but it's full to the top. Now, I buy my beans in 25-pound bags, and that costs me $15. If I buy cans of black beans, organic, at Sam's Club, I think it's around 75 to 80 cents a can is what it comes out to buy the organic. So I save quite a bit of money doing it this way. I did the math, and each of these pints of black beans costs me 20 cents to can. And now that doesn't include the cost of the jars because I reuse those over and over. But the beans, it's 20 cents to can these. So I'm saving over 50 cents for each one of these that I do. And we eat a lot of black beans. This is like fast food for us, being able to have canned stuff on the shelf for various recipes. Throw a couple cans of things in and throw it in the crock pot and cook it. So this really saves a lot of money. So this is, I think, the best way to do it. Really super easy. So I know that you can do it. Go ahead and try it. You'll love it. And you guys have a great afternoon. God bless, and we'll talk to you later.